Welcome to next episode. You have no idea what I'm about to reveal to you today. Forget everything you think you know about rejection. Forget the pain, the disappointment, and the feeling of not being enough. Listen carefully, because the truth is very different from what most people believe. Stay with me until the end, because the lesson you're about to hear may completely change the way you see your life. Most people believe rejection is a sign that they are not good enough. They think a closed door means the end of their journey. But what if rejection is not a wall? What if it is actually a sign pointing you toward a better path? The moment someone rejects you, your mind starts creating stories. You begin questioning your value, your abilities, and sometimes even your future. Yet none of those thoughts are facts. They are only emotional reactions. Stoic wisdom teaches us that events themselves do not hurt us. What hurts us is the meaning we attach to them. Rejection becomes painful only when we decide it defines who we are. Think about it. One person's opinion suddenly gains the power to control your happiness. Why should your worth depend on someone else's decision? The truth is that every successful person has faced rejection. The difference is that they refuse to let rejection become their identity. They treated it as an event, not a life sentence. When someone walks away from you, your first instinct may be to chase them. You want answers. You want closure. You want them to see your value. But the Stoics would advise something different. Instead of chasing, pause. Instead of begging, reflect. Instead of proving yourself, improve yourself. This shift changes everything. A person who constantly seeks validation becomes a prisoner of other people's opinions. A person who finds validation within becomes truly free. Rejection often reveals something important. It shows us where we have placed our emotional dependence. It exposes the areas where we need to grow stronger. The strongest people are not those who never get hurt. They're the ones who continue moving forward, despite being hurt. Imagine a seed buried deep underground. To the seed, it may feel like darkness and pressure, but in reality, it is preparing to grow. Rejection can work the same way. Many opportunities enter our lives disguised as setbacks. At first they seem painful, later they reveal their purpose. One of the greatest mistakes people make is trying to force things that are not meant for them. They keep knocking on doors that have already closed. Life becomes easier when you stop forcing and start flowing. Not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes it is protection. The Stoics believe that we should focus only on what we can control. We cannot control other people's choices, but we can control our response. Every rejection gives you two options. You can become bitter, or you can become better. The choice always belongs to you. A rejected person who chooses growth becomes unstoppable. A rejected person who chooses resentment becomes trapped. The world does not owe us acceptance, and we understand this. We stop feeling entitled to approval and start building genuine confidence. Confidence is not believing everyone will like you. Confidence is being okay, even when they don't. Some people leave because they cannot see your value. Others leave because they are on a different path. Neither reason changes who you are. Never confuse rejection with lack of worth. A diamond remains valuable even if someone mistakes it for an ordinary stone. The problem is that many people measure themselves through the eyes of others. This creates endless suffering. When you begin measuring yourself by your principles instead of public opinion, your life changes dramatically. Self-respect grows when you stop chasing those who have already decided to leave. Dignity is often found in letting go. There is power in silence. There is power in walking away with your head held high. There is power in refusing to beg for a place where you are not appreciated. Every painful experience carries a lesson. The wise person looks for the lesson instead of only focusing on the pain. Rejection can teach patience. It can teach resilience. It can teach self-awareness. Most importantly, it can teach independence. People often fear rejection because they fear loneliness. But loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Loneliness is feeling empty when you are alone. Solitude is feeling complete, even when no one is around. The Stoics practiced finding peace within themselves. They understood that inner stability is more valuable than external approval. The more dependent you are on acceptance, the more fragile your happiness becomes. But when your happiness comes from your character, your discipline, and your purpose, rejection loses its power over you. One day you may look back and realize that the rejection you cried over was actually one of the best things that ever happened to you. Many people discover their greatest strengths only after experiencing disappointment. Pain has a strange way of revealing who we really are. It removes illusions and forces us to grow. Growth is rarely comfortable. Most transformation begins with discomfort, uncertainty, and struggle. The people who achieve extraordinary things are often the same. People who refuse to quit after being rejected. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That question changes everything. Life is not about avoiding rejection. It is about learning how to remain strong when rejection arrives. Every setback carries the possibility of a comeback. Every ending carries the possibility of a new beginning. So the next time someone rejects you, do not see it as proof that you are not enough. See it as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Because in the end, rejection does not define your future. Your response to rejection does. And the moment you understand that you take back control of your life, rejection becomes dangerous. Only when you allow it to define your identity. The moment you start saying, "I was rejected, therefore I am not enough," you surrender your power. Remember this. An event happened to you, but it is not who you are. Most people spend more energy trying to be accepted than trying to become better. They chase approval instead of growth. Yet approval can disappear overnight, while personal growth stays with you forever. One of the greatest forms of freedom is no longer needing everyone to understand you. Not everyone will see your vision, your potential, or your purpose. That is perfectly fine. The Stoics understood that peace comes from accepting reality, not fighting it. If someone chooses to leave, let them leave. If an opportunity closes, let it close. Your energy is too valuable to waste on resistance. Sometimes rejection is simply redirection. Life quietly moves you away from situations that cannot support the person you are becoming. What feels like a loss today may reveal itself as guidance tomorrow. There is a hidden confidence that develops when you survive disappointment. You begin to realize that even your worst moments did not destroy you. This realization makes you fearless. Every challenge you overcome becomes evidence of your strength. The next time rejection appears, you will remember that you have survived difficulties before and can survive this one as well. Many people spend years waiting for someone else to recognize their worth. The wiser path is to recognize your own worth first. Self-respect should never depend on outside validation. The strongest trees are not protected from storms. They become strong because they endure storms in the same way. Character is built through adversity, not comfort. When you stop fearing rejection, you unlock a new level of courage. You begin taking chances, pursuing goals, and speaking your truth, without being controlled by the fear of failure. Every time you choose courage over fear, you become a stronger version of yourself. Growth always begins where comfort ends. Rejection often forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. While painful, these moments can become powerful opportunities for self-improvement and reflection. A wise person does not waste energy asking why others fail to appreciate them. Instead, they focus on becoming the best version of themselves. Regardless of who is watching, your future is not determined by who rejected you. It is determined by the habits you build, the lessons you learn, and the actions you take every day. There is something incredibly powerful about continuing your journey without bitterness. Bitterness keeps you connected to the past. Growth moves you toward the future. Many people think success is the best revenge. The Stoics would disagree. True victory is finding peace within yourself. Whether success arrives quickly or slowly, the moment you stop trying to prove your value to others is often the moment you start discovering your true value. Rejection teaches a lesson that comfort never can. It teaches emotional independence. It teaches you how to stand firmly on your own feet one day. Someone may appreciate the qualities that others overlooked, but even before that day arrives, your value remains unchanged. Never allow a temporary rejection to convince you that your future is limited. Your story is still being written, and some of the most powerful chapters may be waiting just ahead.